and welcome back to the Pitchside podcast channel. I'm your host, the HOD of the PSP, and again with another video following another transfer story that is breaking out as of late. It broke out actually today, as usual, per the trusted transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano. Dominik Szoboszlai, the 19-year-old Hungarian playing currently at Red Bull Salzburg, is set to join the German side RB Leipzig in the future. Of course, he was pursued by a couple of clubs in Arsenal, AC Milan as well. Of course, there were talks about Liverpool also entering the chase for the player, but as it seems, the player has made up his mind to join RB Leipzig in the transfer window in January. The final decision is going to be before Christmas, according to the Sky Max B, the Hungarian, of course, Hungarian branch of the Sky Sports brand. It's another coup for the Bundesliga after the acquisitions of the likes of Erling Braut Haaland, Giovanni Reina, also Jude Bellingham coming in from England. Of course, the Bundesliga is seemingly beating the other leagues for the younger prospects, of course, in Europe at the moment. I mean, it certainly presents itself as a league where players can certainly develop. They can develop instead of being overexposed and sometimes overburnt in the Premier League mainly, or La Liga as well, in sides like Real Madrid, Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. And we saw that happen to a bunch of players where they go pretty quickly to Real Madrid and to Barcelona, and they get themselves overexposed and they get overburnt, and sometimes they don't find a proper place in the side despite their talent, so they decide to go elsewhere and try to find their groove. For Dominik Szoboszlai, I think he's one of the best players at the moment in Europe. If your team isn't trying to chase him by any means necessary and putting incredible fees for that guy, some would call him overrated, but he's really good, a great part of that golden generation of Red Bull Salzburg last season. Yes, that generation didn't necessarily reach big milestones in the Champions League. It didn't even do that in the Europa League. They didn't make it past the group stage on 2 occasions now, but they have the amount of players that really sets them for continuous success, at least in the Austrian league. Dominik Szoboszlai is one of those players that you watch on the pitch and you really get excited to see him every time. He's really smooth on the ball, very technical. He's really a great player all around. He can play at different positions, of course, play number 10, play at a winger. He can do, so different jobs very well. Here's another coup, again, for the Bundesliga, which just makes the Bundesliga now a more attractive league for the youngsters. It's just another win, I think, for the Bundesliga. After, of course, as I mentioned, the players that joined it. It seems like players now do not want to choose the Premier League or La Liga over the Bundesliga. They would like to develop there, considering that the league isn't that focused on really, for multiple reasons probably we'll get to in later episodes or later videos down the line. But certainly Dominik Szoboszlai is one of those players that is sought after, is really in demand by certain players. The fact that Arsenal, with their horrendous status at the moment, are going for him, or were going for him, depending on how close his joining to RB Leipzig is really a testament to how this player is really sought after and how crucial this player could be. Dominik Szoboszlai, I'm not going to exaggerate, he can go into any team in Europe, and I mean any team. At certain points, and I heard this in some forums and some websites and reports, Zinedine Zidane was so crucial on Dominik Szoboszlai. He was he certainly, even reports that I read that said he called him personally. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think that's true, really, since he decided to join Leipzig, seemingly. But there were reports that said that Zinedine Zidane called him personally and said that he will need him on the club and he will need a player like Dominik Szoboszlai in his side. Certainly, he would need someone like Dominik Szoboszlai. But unfortunately, it seems that RB Leipzig are going to be getting stronger and stronger at the moment with the acquisition of Dominik Szoboszlai. They have a plethora of good players as well on the midfield to work alongside him. Emil Forsberg is still there, Marcel Sabitzer is still there. That's certainly going to affect Sabitzer's position, at least on the pitch. He's going to probably regress a little bit do more of a central midfielder position. He already did that. Did it with the absences and the injuries of Konrad Laimer and Campbell. So Dominik Szoboszlai, a 90-year-old Hungarian, the prospect, again, one of the most sought-after players, has gone to Leipzig. The deal is seemingly done. That would probably, I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that deal to happen, really. There's close connections, close sponsorship kind of thing between RB Leipzig and Red Bull Salzburg. We cannot get to that in details, really. This is not the time to. But it seemed like the last place Dominik Szoboszlai would go to, despite those links, despite the easy connections that someone could make between the two teams. Somehow this is the last place that anybody expected Dominik Szoboszlai to go forward to, despite how in demand and how hot of a commodity Dominik Szoboszlai is in the world of football. That deal, again, per Fabrizio Romano, is certainly going through. It's going to be happening in the near future. Certainly by the end of December, we're going to see him donning the shirts of RB Leipzig, and it's probably going to be a great time for him, changing scenery. Salzburg just dropped the Europa League. They finished third in their group. Expectedly, I would say, they finished third in their group, dropping the Europa League. No shame in playing the Europa League, but certainly Dominik Szoboszlai, a player of his value at the moment, probably has the right to dream bigger, has the right to think bigger, like his fellow Salzburg players at one point, Takumi Minamino, who joined Liverpool, and Erling Haaland, who joined Dortmund, which in hindsight now, it looks like Minamino made a wrong move by joining Liverpool, albeit for a bargain really of around £8 million, a steal for someone like Takumi Minamino, who's really good, with Salzburg still didn't find his niche. With Liverpool, Erling Haaland going to Dortmund probably was the more, just move for the Norwegian, considering that he's doing really well at Dortmund. He's injured at the moment. Hopefully, you would get him back really soon on the pitch. So for Dominik Szoboszlai, it's a smart move from his side, trying to develop a little bit, trying to gain maybe a couple of more seasons of experience under his belt in the Bundesliga. Not much. It's not much of an upgrade, maybe, Leipzig over Salzburg, but certainly under a coach like Julian Nagelsmann, he would really get the best of a player that has already proven his worth to the world, really, and shown his talent out there. That is all I had to say for this transfer. I remind you to like, comment, of course, what you think of this transfer deal for Dominik Szoboszlai going to Leipzig. Share the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications to receive the constant updates on deals like this. We're going to be making more videos of this nature in the future. Listen to the podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any other platform. Follow us on social media, site PSP on Twitter, Pitch Sideboard on Instagram. Until I see you in the next video, I was your host, the HOD from the PSP, and goodbye.